Hello everybody, I'm Alex the Hunted, and well, today I wanted to do my tribute to just the person who I wouldn't be doing what I was doing today. I wouldn't be talking to you now. I wouldn't have started off all my YouTube channels, done all these videos if it wasn't for Roger Ebert, who sadly at the age of 70 lost his battle to cancer on the 4th of April 2013, and I just wanted to share my thoughts about this not just an amazing critic, just an amazing writer, amazing spokesman, just an amazing person altogether. Now, of course, me being English, I never got a chance to see like Siskel and Ebert doing their reviews, or Siskel and Robert on the television. It was only after I watched the Doug Walker's Nostalgia Critics tribute to Siskel and Ebert that I decided these people really do know what they sound like they know what they're doing about film criticism, and they're just love and passion for film. And I checked them out, and I just realised that these aren't just film critics, these are the film critics. Roger Ebert and Gene Siskel, these were the people who spoke about the movies. These were the people who out of all the critics in these are the people I agreed with the most about films. These weren't just Roger Ebert wasn't just another critic who just said, "Oh, I like this, I didn't like that." He told you why he liked this. He told you why he didn't like that. He told you why he loved this movie. He embraced this movie because he had you could tell he had just such a massive heart. Movies was his life. Movies was his absolute. Movies were his passion. They were what made him what he was. He was just such an amazing person at sharing his opinion on films, and it was him and Gene Siskel's opinion, which they are one of the few critics then and now who actually voice what they think, not what they think the audience wants to hear, but what they think. Like so many critics, video games, movies, books, whatever, they pander to the audience. They give the audience what they want. Gene Siskel and Roger Ebert, they never did that. They never said. They told the viewers what they thought, and when they disagreed, when they found something to go against, it wasn't just them bickering like two children, weren't listening to each other. These two knew exactly what they were saying, and they made their point so precise, so clear, so elegantly described that you would just sit and listen to every single word. And of course, I didn't agree with every single one of Roger Ebert's reviews, but I at least got what he was saying. I understood his point. I understood what he was saying, which not many critics can do that. Not many critics. You can sit down and not just even if you don't agree with them, but you don't just listen to their point, but you understand their point. You know where they're coming from. Roger Ebert and Gene Siskel, they were just so good at it that I've actually changed my opinion on so many films when I've rewatched them and I've seen their reviews, and I thought, you know what, they're right. Even if I like the film, they are right about these points. And I don't know, these two had such an impact, not just on film critics, but in journalism altogether, that it's still being felt today. And yeah, it's hard to put it in words what it was. Then a year later, after watching that and watching Gene Siskel and Ebert, that I decided I wanted to share my opinion on films, games, and other media. And I can't thank them enough. I can't thank Roger Ebert and Gene Siskel, who are finally up at the balcony. They're up in the balcony in the sky, finally together again. they're finally together, and I can just say this: thank you so much. You opened my mind. You didn't just bring me to movies. You opened my mind to movies. You made me fall in love with movies. Until then, I was a bit of a moviegoer. I watched my fair share, but I didn't know how to express my opinion. I didn't know how to share my opinion. It was Siskel and Ebert that did it for me. They were the ones that made me. They basically were my mentor without knowing it. And I never met them, and I never even spoke a word or even said a sentence to them. But they mentored me about how to review a movie. And I know I will never be as good as them. I will never have the same level of intelligence, passion, and just sheer genius about movies that they did. I will never have that. But if I could just have a small glimmer, a small speck of what made them so great, then I would like the Doug Walker's tribute. I would have it made. I would be so lucky. I would have just the greatest respect of all media. And I know I'm not the best film critic by far means, but how many other film critics wouldn't be doing what they were doing now? Or like, would the nostalgia critic, would Linkara, or would Angry Joe, would Spoonie, would the Cinema Snob, would they be doing what they were doing now? Would they be doing that without Siskel and Ebert? I don't think they would be, because Siskel and Ebert weren't just the first. Well, they weren't the first film critics, but they were the first film critics that made film criticism accessible to the public. They weren't the one. They didn't talk to you, especially Roger Ebert. They didn't talk to you like you were an idiot. They explained these facts, not just elegantly, but so simply for you to understand that they can never be replaced. They never will be replaced, and nobody wants them to be replaced because they were so good. And I just wanted to voice my basically just my tribute to what an amazing reflection and what an amazing person Roger Ebert was. And now he's together back on the balcony with Gene Siskel. Roger Ebert and Gene Siskel are together again. And I bet I think I said what I can say, but Roger Ebert and Gene Siskel, you will be missed, but you'll never be forgotten. I give your lives 2 thumbs up. I'm Alex the Hunted.